So let's talk about something super important for anyone with an online store. Think of your e-commerce website as your business's body. If that's the case, then an audit, well, that's its annual health checkup. Honestly, it's one of the best ways to find those little hidden problems, juice up your performance, and just make sure your store is in tip-top shape to grow. Does this sound familiar? You've got amazing products. You're getting people to your site, but your sales are just flat, or maybe even dipping. It feels like customers are just vanishing, right? And you're left scratching your head, wondering what went wrong. That feeling? That's a classic sign that something's not quite right under the hood. And that is exactly where the audit steps in. It's basically a complete diagnostic for your website, a really thorough, systematic look at everything, designed to hunt down those invisible issues, get your site's engine running smoothly, and, of course, boost those sales. Okay, so let's start with the diagnosis. Why does your store even need this checkup in the first place? Well, just like any good health screening, it all starts by looking for the symptoms and understanding just how much you can benefit from being proactive. You know, these symptoms can be so small you barely notice them, but they can be absolutely deadly for your sales. We're talking about pages that take just an extra second to load, or a broken link that leads to that frustrating 404 not found page, or maybe a checkout process that's just a little too clunky. An audit digs in and finds the real reason these things are happening. But hey, it's not just about fixing what's broken. An audit is about unlocking some serious benefits. In fact, there are 6 core advantages that are total game changers for your store's performance. Let's walk through them. First step, and you could argue this is the most important one, an audit lets you find and fix those really costly issues. This is your first line of defense. It's all about catching those technical glitches and usability headaches before they turn into a flood of customer complaints. This isn't just about squashing bugs. It's about protecting your brand and making sure sales aren't just slipping away. All right, benefit number 2 is a big one. It's all about going faster, helping you to boost performance and speed. Come on, we all know that in e-commerce, speed is everything. Get this. A 1-second delay in your page load time can actually drop your conversions by 7%. Crazy, right? An audit pinpoints what's slowing you down, whether it's massive image files or clunky code. A faster site not only keeps customers happy, but Google loves it too, which means more organic traffic for you. Third on our list is absolutely critical: improving the user experience. This is all about making your online store a place people actually enjoy shopping. An audit makes sure your site is easy to get around, the design makes sense, and, this is a big one, it works perfectly on a smartphone. More and more people are shopping on their phones, so a great mobile experience isn't optional anymore. Now just look at this number. This really puts it all into perspective. 60%. That is a huge deal. It means that out of every 10 people who are ready to buy from you, 6 of them might just walk away because your website was confusing or frustrating to use. That's a massive amount of lost revenue. And that leads us perfectly into our 4th benefit: increasing your conversion rates. It's simple, really. When you smooth out those bumps in the road, the confusing navigation, the clunky checkout, you create a much clearer and easier path for people to actually buy something. And what does that mean? Fewer people abandoning their carts and a direct lift in your sales. The 5th benefit is one you really can't afford to skip. And that's security. Look, in today's world, trust is everything. An audit is like a deep dive security check. It looks for weak spots, makes sure your SSL encryption is solid. That's the little padlock that tells shoppers your site is safe. And it checks that you're following data protection laws. When you protect your customers' data, you build trust, and that protects your entire business. And our 6th and final benefit takes us beyond just the tech side of things to focus on your content. Yeah, an audit isn't just about code and servers. It takes a hard look at your words too. Are your product descriptions actually convincing? Is your info clear and accurate? Great content builds trust, answers your customers' questions before they have to ask, and it keeps them coming back. Okay, so we get why an audit is so important. Now let's pop the hood and talk about the what. What exactly gets looked at during one of these examinations? Let's take a peek inside the toolkit. A really good audit gives your store a full 360-degree review. To keep it simple, you can think of it in 4 main buckets. First, you've got technical health. That's the nuts and bolts, the code, the speed. Second, the customer experience. You know, how it actually feels to shop on your site. Third is search visibility, or SEO, making sure people can find you on Google. And fourth, security and compliance, keeping everything safe and sound. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. A healthy store? It loads in a flash. An unhealthy one makes you wait and wait. A healthy store looks fantastic on your phone. An unhealthy one is a jumble disaster. It's really the difference between a happy customer and a lost sale. So, the examination is done, the diagnosis is in. Now for the most important part, the treatment plan. This is where we turn all those amazing insights into actual, concrete changes that make a difference. And here's a super simple 4-step action plan to get it done. First, prioritize. Let's be real, you can't fix everything at once. Focus on the quick wins and the fixes that'll have the biggest impact. Second, set some clear goals. Maybe something like, let's cut our cart abandonment rate by 10%. Third, assign the tasks. And last but not least, monitor and measure. Keep an eye on your data to see if your changes are actually working. And that really brings us to the big question here. An audit isn't just about fixing problems. It's about finding potential you didn't even know you had. It's about uncovering all these opportunities for growth that were just hiding in plain sight. So you have to ask yourself, what hidden growth is just waiting to be unlocked in your store?